Dael, congratulations. You reached 250 appearances on Saturday. Must have been a proud moment for you.
Yeah, I didn't really know actually till yesterday, till I seen it. My sister messaged me the other day and said I've been at the club for 20 years. And I remember my first game, Preston away, and I never thought I'd even reach 100 appearances for the club, but to do it for my hometown team, and I couldn't be any prouder.
Yeah, and obviously from joining the club at 7-year-old, it must be something that dreams are made of as a kid and just walking out in that Riverside Stadium as well.
Yeah, I remember coming in when I was young. My dad used to bring me in early doors, and he used to see the first team, and I used to think, wow, like what it takes to get there. And now to actually be here, it's just like a surreal moment. All my family are all buzzing, proud, and it's something that I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, and obviously you've came through the academy at every level. Do you see yourself as a bit of a role model to them younger lads now that can kind of look up to you and see that you've made the jump, and so can they?
Yeah, do you know what? When I was younger, I used to look at all the first team players and as role models. And then when I'm here now, I think I didn't really realise what it means. But then the other day I went down the corridor, where all the change rooms are, and I see my name on the wall and the photos and people how they can learn off me. And I remember thinking I remember seeing this when I was younger, and just to look at all the first team players, and I don't really see myself as a role model, but I know that people look at me that way.
Is that important to you though, that knowing that them lads can come and talk to you about anything that they want and know that there is that pathway there?
Yeah, sometimes they come in the gym, the young lads, on a weekend, and they're looking, they're staring, and I'm thinking about me, you know what I mean? It's just normal. But when I was that young, I was getting signatures, autographs, waiting at the ground and stuff. So for them, it's a massive thing, and I think me and myself, I'd like to think that I was approachable, and if anybody wanted to ask me any questions, then I'm here.
Yeah, and obviously now you've made that 250 appearances, you've reached that milestone. What's next in store for you?
I just want to make many more appearances for Middlesbrough. I've been here, I made my debut a while ago now, and personally I feel like I should be on more than 250 now. I've been in and out, a few injuries here and there, but 250s, it's a great milestone for me, and hopefully I can make many more for Middlesbrough.
Little video to show you here now, as well, just some of the games that you've been involved in. So if you just want to press play when you're ready.
Bloody hell, see my hair there. I remember at this moment when I was in the tunnel, I was so nervous. And then when I first come out the tunnel, because at Preston you come out in the corner, and I remember that we had a sold out away end. And then when I walk out and I seen the away end, I knew my mum and dad were there. It just set me down straight away, and I thought, these are the games I want to play in. And I'm seeing some old faces here, and it seems like a long time ago. I think we drew the game 0-0. And I played alongside George Friend as well, who was a real top pro, and he helped me throughout the game. Can't believe how skinny I was. My hair's terrible as well. And I think, is this when I come on against City in the cup? Is this right?
Yeah. Obviously come up against Aguero. How tough of a test was that, especially at such a young age?
I remember Bernardo going down, and I thought, well, I might have a chance of coming on here, but there was a few other senior lads on the bench at the time, and I was thinking, I don't think you'll put me on against Man City, but I knew how much belief Karanka had in me. And then when he put me on, I remember Aguero just staring at me up and down. I thought, he's probably looking at me, skinny, scrawny kid, you know what I mean? I thought, I'm going to show me, I'm going to give it a little bit. And to play against them players, I think at the time there was David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, Aguero. And I just remember after the game, I can't wait to tell me mates, I played against these players. But honestly, it was such a surreal moment to come up against players like that.
Do you think it makes you a better individual as well, coming up against top pros like that?
Yeah, I still remember this day when I was marking Aguero in the box. I remember Sterling had the ball, and I remember looking for Aguero in the box to mark him. I look away for half a second, and I look back, and Aguero's not there anymore. As soon as I've looked away, that's when he's made his movement. And I always think about that to this day. So when I'm marking in the box, I always think, make sure you can feel him. And I think them games you learn a lot. And I know it was only 45 minutes, but you do learn a lot from them games, and it's one that I remember well. This is the second leg of the playoffs. Do you know what? This one was a bit mad, this one. I was only talking about this the other day to one of the lads. 2 days before this, I've never said this before, 2 days before this playoff second leg, I didn't think I was going to play. I remember bit of a strange one, like, I walked up Versatility 2 days before, right, and I didn't think that I was going to play. And I remember it was under Pulis, and I come in on the Friday, and Pulis said, "Oh, back four with me." And then 3 of them went over. I can't remember who it was. 3 of them went over, and I was like, "Who's the 4th?" And then Pulis was like, "Oh, Dael, you." And straight away in the back of my head, I thought, I've walked up Versatility the other day. I said, "I'm not ready for this." But then anyway, I remember playing the game, and I played quite well. And even though we never got through to the final at Wembley, for me it was. I think we got a clean sheet. It was 0-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For me to play in a game like that and for him to have trusted me to play, and I thought, you know what, I'm good enough here. Like, I'm not a young boy anymore at this time. This is my time to sort of kick on and show everyone what I'm sort of about, and to play there was fantastic.
Are them experiences as well good to look back on now to use for this team and kind of lead some of the younger lads as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, this is such a big game, and now when I go into big games, obviously there's still a little bit of nerves and that there night before, but I don't overthink it. It's just sort of another game, whether it's Aston Villa second leg of the playoffs, or whether it's at home against like a low team or something like that. I think I take every game as it comes, and and I see other young lads around me who might get a bit nervous, might let the occasion get to them a little bit, but I think this moments like this really put me in good stead going forward. And like I say, this one was another proud moment for me. Brentford away when I got the assist. Yeah.
I think you were playing right back as well that game.
I was playing right back. Yeah. Do you know what? I think this is under Pulis, and I think we had the biggest back four in the league. I remember he's playing me right back, and I really enjoyed it, getting up and down. And I think it makes you really a bit more versatile. And I think it only put me in good stead really. And I think I might manage like 4 or 5 assists or something like that year. And me and Tav still talk about this now. I think I crossed it in. It was like a goal made in the Boro, something like that. And I still send a video to Tav sometimes. But no, this was it was a good moment in my career, and I really enjoyed it playing right back, especially with the assist. It was half decent ball as well, wasn't it?
The cross and the quality of it from Dael Fry. It's an outstanding delivery, but a simple piece of movement from Marcus Tavernier in between defenders.
I remember this one. This is the first time I captained us. I'd been out for injury, I think, for about 4 months or something like that. It was under Woodgate. I remember the day before, when we travelled down, Woody was like, "Oh, Dael, you're captain tomorrow." I can't remember, I think it was 2021, something like that. And I remember thinking, "Oh yeah, nice one." I didn't really know what to say. And then I didn't say anything to any of the lads on the bus. And I got past the tickets to hand them out, and normally the captain gives the tickets out, the lads who want them. And I was going around asking the lads if they wanted any tickets, and a few of the lads were like, "You captain?" I was like, yeah, captain. And then they were all buzzing. But honestly, leading my team out there is a feeling that I'll never forget. And now the pictures in the corridor, I'll see it every day, and it's a good little reminder for myself, to see where I've actually came from. And like I say, this is a big achievement for me to captain my own town team, because I watched Ben Gibson do it for years, being from Middlesbrough, and then for me to go on and do it as well, that was it was a fantastic feeling, and everyone was buzzing for me back home. I've played that many games, I think with the experience that I've got, it really helps me nowadays. And with the young lads coming in, like maybe Hayden, who's captain as well, I know what it means to captain your own town team, the pressure and stuff. But no, it's, this again was a great achievement for me, something that I'll never forget. This is my first goal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit, I do remember it, but it was a bit of, I think we were getting beat 3-0, weren't we? Yeah. And I think it was during COVID as well. A lot of my height, 6'4", I should be scoring more goals, to be fair. Being a bit unlucky as well at times. But like I say, in the state of the game, we were getting beat 3-0. I remember sort of buzzing a little bit inside. But like I say, it was a bit of a tough one, because we did get beat 3-1. Remember before the game, there was a lot behind this game, because I knew the goalkeeper for Man United, Dean Henderson. Ronaldo should have scored maybe 2 goals. I remember, right, this can't, we can't let this happen. So throughout the game, I just remember playing against Ronaldo just didn't seem real, even like looking at him and stuff. And then throughout the game, I just grew in confidence, and I just thought, you know what, I can challenge with these players. And even so, the team, you know, were getting more confident during the game. And then the penalty. So I used to go with Dean quite a lot with England, and we used to take penalties after every training session for the Euros. And I always went the same way. I always went far left. And I scored like 12 out of 12. And they were all against Dean. And so when I was walking up with the ball, Dean was like, I know which way you're going that way. And I was like, yeah, I am going that way. And anyway, I've ended up going far left, and he's went the other way. And then after the game, he said, oh, I thought you were going to crap yourself. I thought you were going to go the other way. I was like, nah, not me, I'm going the same way.
Is that just a psychological battle against someone that you know as well?
And I remember the relief, because it felt like, people always say it feels like such a long way to walk from the halfway line to the penalty spot. And I remember walking, I thought, this is taking longer than I thought it was going to. And when I put the ball down, and I looked at him, and I just felt so confident. I had quite a good game, played against Ronaldo and stuff, and I remember just hitting the side net and just turning around and just giving it the biggest like raw ever. And then when he missed, I remember everyone was just going crazy. Ran straight at the away corner, and the fans are top. Can't remember, I think it might have been 7,000 or something we sold, and every single one of them sold out. And you know, these are the moments that we live for, I think, especially for the fans. You know, you know, a good cup run's fantastic, and you know, to beat, I think it was Tottenham and Manchester United, especially away against the big players that they had, was something that I don't think they'll forget, and I'll never forget. It was such a big moment, and I remember the day. That was the first. I remember getting on the bus after the game, and I've never felt a feeling like it. Just thought, wow, like as if we've just beat Man United away. Probably with the best team that they could have started. Like I say, it was something that I'll never forget. I wish this one was my first goal. Yeah, this is QPR. Yeah, I remember. I think it was the left foot, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, just talk us through it when you.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I scored a few goals for like England and the reserves, but for the first team, I just haven't managed to get a little bit of that luck. But then here, it sort of fell to me, and I've just touched it with my right, and then I tell people that when the top corner, but there it looks like it just trickles in the back of the net, doesn't it? Yeah, like I say, I wish I could get this feeling a lot more scoring goals, and I'm sure I will. But this moment in particular, yeah, it was a great feeling. It was not a bad finish as well. Now I'm watching it back. I remember our fans were top that game. You know, we could certainly feel them from the get-go. And it was a bit of a nothing game. There wasn't many chances in the game, I remember, and I just thought, right, if we just stay in this game, we can maybe go to penalties or maybe nick one. And Josh Coburn, I remember, I had no doubt that he was going to score. And when he's blasted it in the roof, then I never felt a feeling like it. It was a bit like that United one again when the penalty went in. I just thought, wow, like this is the moments at the Riverside, and you think back, you know, as a fan when I was younger, to when we went on the cup run as well. It felt a little bit like that. I know obviously not on that scale, but to beat Tottenham, it was such a big team, Harry Kane, you know, Son. I managed to get a Harry Kane chair from this game as well, and that's in my wall in my house. And I remember celebrating there in front of the South Stand. And like I say, it's a fantastic feeling.
Is that something you relish as well, playing against the likes of Harry Kane, Son, and these top players?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to test yourself against the best, and I remember there's something different when you come up against like big players like that, because you want to prove that you can play against them players. And like I say, it was, you know, watching them on telly and playing against them it was a surreal moment. And I've been involved in so many big nights like that, in the cup runs especially. You know, it's absolutely amazing to be involved in them. And this was the Chelsea one. This Hayden scored, I think, 1-0.
A lot of lads in the squad say it's one of their favourite moments that they've experienced in a Boro shirt. Would you say it's yours, or?
I'd certainly say for me the United away one, because I felt a little bit more involved with scoring the penalty. But this one, I remember first half, Chelsea missed a few big chances, and I thought, oh God, you know, this could be a different game here. But then Hayden scored. I remember when we came out and we seen like the red and white, you know, the flags and stuff, and thinking, well, these are the games that you want to be involved in. Especially against Chelsea, you know, I think they spent like £1 billion or something on the squad like that. I know we hear all the noise before the game, and like I said, to play against Chelsea at the Riverside and to beat them 1-0, it's like, again, a surreal moment. And then I think Josh scored the last game, and then Hayden put this one in, hasn't he? And what a feeling for Hayden as well, to come and to score against Chelsea like that, such a young lad.
Must have been a real buzz around the squad as well, especially after that game, knowing how big of a win it was at the Riverside.
Yeah, it was. I think, you know, everybody wants to go on, you know, a cup run and play against the big teams. And when you do beat a big team like that, you know, it's only good going forward, and you do learn a lot from it, and gives the lads a real buzz. And the manager's been fantastic with us as well. You can see his passion there on the side. You know, he's played in them big games himself. But yeah, there's plenty of memories there that I'll never forget. Being absolutely fantastic, and hopefully I can make many more.
How proud are you looking back at all them memories that you have created, especially not just for yourself but for all the Boro fans as well?
Yeah, I think you don't really realise until you're actually watching back. Sometimes you live in the moment a bit too much, and you know, you can look a bit further ahead. But when you actually look in the past and the stuff that, you know, that we've done as a club since I've been here, you know, I can only look back on great memories and stuff. Like I've just been reminded there, and it is nice to see. And like I say, hopefully I can make many more memories of Middlesbrough.